I am thinking about, I was trying to look into, the texting from Amber to Josh about the knives, and hey, let's just bring some knives. Okay, or maybe I should reconsider. Well, you don't have to let him use it. You just show it to him and all that. It still doesn't make sense in my head. I know it seems like, I don't know for sure, but it seems like they used that against him, which is very sad, because there's nothing worse than, more shady than using somebody's mental health or somebody's horrible, lowest, saddest moment for your own gain. And this is what she did. The fact that she recorded him while he was saying those words, "Cut me." He had a knife on, and it's not a razor, it's a knife. It sounds like a knife when he puts it down. And what is she doing? She's just recording the guy. She's recording him instead of telling, instead of just trying to be like sympathetic for a change and maybe help him out. She is recording, and I have a weird sense that he knew he was being recorded, maybe, because I'm not trying to laugh. It's very uncomfortable to me, because I happen to have some experience with this, and I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny that she. There's times that you can just, you use the recording device to record somebody when you were advised by your lawyer to record a person. You were advised by your marriage counselor to record you guys arguing, or you guys. It's not illegal, really, to do that in California, but to record somebody when they are saying, "Cut me, cut me. If you don't do it, I'm gonna do it. It's this easy. Look, cut me." I found that so. I'm not saying she has to drop everything and call 911, because it's just, if this is a thing that Johnny does, it seems like something that sadly he was doing often. She could have just, I don't know, she could just stop the recording right there and help him out a little bit. And I felt like she squeezed in the opportunity and used it in a way that I'm still trying to figure out what that was about. Because then we had this beautiful text messages between Josh and Amber right before dinner time, that it reads like this. And I don't have a picture of the knives. They show that in court. You can see it on YouTube. It's out there everywhere. And it doesn't seem like, it's not a little pocket knife. These are 4 savage looking knives. At least 2 of them look pretty savage to me. And we know that Johnny likes knives. He's into swords and knives, and he's really into collecting stuff. So I am not saying that this is something that is, oh my God, that he, not saying he will be scared of that, but at the same time, he's not going to be happy if somebody comes home with all those knives, right? Especially the people who live in the penthouse next door that he's paying rent to. So why? Why is she asking about these knives? Why Josh is offering the knives? I'm trying to tie it all up to the fact that she knew that Johnny self-harms himself. She knew this. She recorded this. She slept with a guy. Obviously, she saw his marks. And this is not a secret, and there's no shame. Absolutely no. I'm not putting shame on him from doing that. That is a mental problem, and that is really, really hardcore. And the fact that they used that against him to show how unstable he is a bunch of bullshit. Because if he was so unstable, he's such a drunk, he's such a drug addict, how come he's making all this money? He's making all these blockbusters movies like that, right? He's putting her on a pedestal and paying for all her stuff and paying for all her friends' stuff. If he was such a drug addict and such a drunk and such a, oh my God, I'm all over the place, I'm taking 8 pills of ecstasy a day, like she said, then how the hell he's making a living? How the hell he's paying for all her stuff? I don't think think anybody ever asked that question out loud. I didn't think about it until now. If he was such a mess, if he was such a drunk, oh well, how did he win? How did he get in a plane? How did he read a script? How did he work in a movie? How did he? Because he wasn't a mess all the time. He wasn't drunk out of his ass all the time, because he wasn't taking 8 ecstasy pills a day, like she says, which is like, Amber, that is actually physically impossible. You will have a brain stroke if you take 8 ecstasy pills a day altogether. You will have a brain stroke, but she probably didn't research that before she said that. And I'm not denying that he likes to booze, and we know that he likes his wine and he likes his whiskey, but to just completely put him on that, well, here you go. He's might have bipolar. He might be a self-harmer. He's definitely a drug addict. He's definitely a drunk. Well, if that's going to be the case, then why we're not doing this to her? Why she hasn't done like a mental evaluation? Like, it's not a normal thing. Like, if I go to court, I'm not going to be asked for a mental health evaluation. I pass it, probably I will. But I'm saying, in a case like this, such a high profile people, if you were talking about abuse and unstable and people doing chemicals and being unstable and stuff and self-harming and playing with knives and dragging you through the floor with a glass and all that, why you're not asking for a mental evaluation? An evaluation for Johnny and for Amber, and maybe all her friends as well, because I think they're all out of their freaking rocket. Nobody asked for that. What about blood testing? Did anybody blood test Amber? Or did an alcohol breather test her ever? I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that there's no harm, and it's actually not illegal to drink. As much as I don't like it, and as much as I wish I can say, well, I wish that Johnny was clean for 20 years. Well, he wasn't. But at the same time, we can't really crucify the man for just having an addiction problem. And I think this really goes hand in hand with Marilyn Manson. It's the same thing. And I felt that, I kind of foreseen what's gonna. I don't want to curse it. I don't want to jinx it, but I can see them using the same strategy and banking on how unstable Manson is and how many times he was engaged. He never lasted for too long. His career. If they really look into Manson's life for real, and not from a place of judgment, they're gonna see the guy had, just like Johnny, long relationships. Okay, that is a way. That's a way of showing stability. Long relationships. He got married. This is his second wife now. Same with Johnny. Long relationships. Okay. Even if they might not be the most wholesome guys in the bunch, the way that everybody talks about them, ex-wives and ex-girlfriends and partners and people, the co-workers with Manson and with Johnny, is all positive. And I don't care if there's like one girl that didn't get to sleep with Johnny, that it goes like, oh my God, he did this. Well, that is going to be one against, at least 20 witness statements positive that he has. I really hope that when this kind of like settles down a little bit for Manson, he can come out and I hope Johnny actually can also. They're both in so much heat right now. It's horrible. But I hope that Johnny eventually can come out and have a statement on Manson, because Manson did that. He actually recorded a statement for Johnny saying what we already know, that Johnny was a good guy, that he never seen Johnny lifting a finger to anybody, women, pets, or males, or friends, or anything. He loves him so much as to be his the godfather of his daughter. That's like a big deal. So do you think this is a coincidence that these guys are being almost at the same time, with like 1 year apart, target like this? I don't think it's a coincidence at all. With all the actors you have in Hollywood and all the people, it could be anybody. The reason, it's alarming to me, because I don't want whatever happens, it's going to be fair, I guess, in the court of law. If we're going to believe in some type of justice system in America, I think it's going to work out in his favor. At the same time, I will hate if the Virginia court uses his self-harming, his liking of drinking red wine or whatever against him. That would suck. Because that shows you, if they do that, the UK did that for sure. Because this audio was shown in court, but it wasn't shown as, oh, look, she's recording him when he might be killing himself. It was shown as to show how unstable and messed up in the head he is. This is what they want to make him look like that. When I listen to this, it's so sad. I don't hear a person who is trying to hurt anybody but themselves. That's what I hear. I don't hear a guy who is so dangerous to her that she has to record him because you don't know he's so unpredictable. It's seriously disturbing how hurt he is, obviously physically too by her, but emotionally he's in so much pain that he has to, that's his resource to cut himself. I'm not going to ever say that somebody who does that equals being crazy or equals being unstable. I know better than that. So I'm not judging. If she was doing that, I will not be judging her either. That's a psychological problem. It's an issue. And I think they bank on it. And also, maybe it's not related at all. But I was like, it's just my own paranoia, I guess. But remember those texts about the knives that Mr. Josh sent to her going like, oh, lady, I'm coming over for dinner and all that, right? Where did that fit in all this? I mean, this was for a person who has a problem. All right, so I'm addicted to whatever, coffee, right? So I got a problem. I do have a problem with this, right? Let's say. And you're sending messages to my friends going like, oh, man, I'm just going to bring this coffee with her to her and just don't let her drink it, just show it to her and do all these things. Something that hurts me like coffee or alcohol or cigarettes. Why would you do that? If they know he has a problem with cutting, why are they joking around about bringing knives? Coffee. Seriously, dude. I mean, even if it wasn't in light humor and fun, it doesn't sound fun to me when I put it together with the Cut Me Cowdy audio. And then I remember some pictures of Ambere that she has some lines like this. Those are self-harm lines. Those are not lines from somebody doing this in Australia and kidnapping me for 3 days. No, because those lines that she has is a bunch of pictures of her on the red carpet. She's not even trying to cover them. And they are from before Johnny. She had those lines. The first time I saw those lines of her arm, she's wearing a red dress, and it was from some crappy movie, probably. And it was around 2010. And it's really sad because you can see 3 lines. And I think that she did self-harm. She said on her deposition that she never did that. I think she did. And there's no shame. There's no shame on that. But then you have somebody who self-harmed, somebody who maybe was self-harming in the past, like Ambere, somebody who self-harmed, like Johnny, and he drinks, and he's like on the video, on the audio, playing with this knife and saying, come and all that. And then you have these jerks seriously messing around with like, oh, maybe I bring it to the dinner. Oh, get the fuck out of here. That will be awesome. No problem. Bring it over. It's ready. Like, everybody knows about this. I know about it too, but I was thinking about it last night for some reason. Somebody made a comment about, what was it comment about? Sorry. I can't look it up. I can't look up the comment and be here at the same time. Somebody made a comment about her. Well, yeah, I will make comments about her. I mean, I cannot find one positive comment. Not only on my videos, I mean, I'm nobody, but like the big channels, okay? Like you go to the Umbrella Guy, you go to Shelby, you go to We go all of them, okay? You don't see one thing. And there was like 2 thumbs down, and we know what that is. It's probably like Amber's minions or something, or maybe Elon Musk people. I don't know. So why? Like, how come you don't see anybody sticking up for her on her defense, right? On YouTube community, on Twitter, everybody's like on our side. But then out there, whatever this is, in the real world, people are siding with her. And so what are you going to, I tend to believe the normal people like us the most. I'm going to believe people like us. I'm not going to believe actresses that they have a job as faking things and pretending things. So when people come and says, "Oh, but Amber was crying. She was crying at her deposition," I'm like, she's an actress, for fuck's sakes. That's what she does for a living, and she's a really bad actress. But then Eva Rocha Wood, Esme Bianco, and Eva Rocha Wood crying. Yeah, they're actresses. Eva Rocha Wood is a fine, good actress too. So don't give me the whole like, well, but they're crying and they look so upset. It's really not hard for women and for men to just look upset. It's not that hard. Just think about the day that your dog died or something, whatever, and then you made yourself cry. I really don't think it's that hard. So I'm not basing if somebody cry as a narrative that, oh my God, they're hurt, they got abused because they cry. But this audio of him saying "kami kami" can be used in his favor, or it can be used against him. If I was his lawyer, which I'm not, obviously, and he had no idea this was there because she recorded, I probably would have subpoena this, and I would say, well, this cannot be shown because this is not fair. This is showing his mental health in the most saddest, lowest moment of a person when they're having a mental breakdown and have a knife in their hand. So I don't think this should ever be played at court. I can play it now because it was played in court, but I don't think it was ever. I don't think it should have. I think it was a very dirty move from her, and the lack of sympathy is just, it's the same. There's an audio with her and Laura Devenier, one of her friends, that then she flipped against her, and her statement witness was like, no, I never seen a damn thing on her face. But there's an audio that I played in another of my videos about a week ago of Amber when her friend Laura Devenier talking. And this girl is so stressed out. She's like, Amber, please tell your lawyers to call me. I need help with this. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. And Amber's like, all right, okay. So what was it? So what did you say after that? Okay, so when this happened, like so cold and calculated. And whoever is talking with her in any of these audios, that person on the other side happens to be upset a lot. And Amber happens to be cold and a lot and way too cold and way too calm. I understand when somebody has a knife and they're saying they're going to cut themselves. I understand you have to be collected and calm because you're not going to panic and then you're both going to get killed, right? So I understand that she was trying to be collected, but it reads to me as not giving a fuck. Well, maybe I'm just going to stop the recording and just help you out, dude. Even if I hate you, just because you're human. And no, that's not the way she thinks, right? I'm not going to be diagnosing her, and no other people can do that. I'm just saying that she has a big, it's a total different animal than Eva Rocha Wood. I think Eva Rocha Wood and the Manson girls have a personality problem. They have none. They have no personality, so they attach to him and they copy their statements and they read into his lyrics, into his interviews, so they copy everything. So there's a lack of a total lack of personality right there. But Amber is a whole totally different monster because she knows what she's doing. She knows it exactly. There's no peer pressure. Like with the Manson people, you can say, well, she said it, so I'm going to say it because she said it. And it's a bit of an attention thing. It's horrible. Anyway, I'm not defending any of them. I don't like any of them. But Amber did it for $7 million. I don't know what the Manson girls are asking for. Probably not $7 million. Manson probably has $7 million, but I hope that it doesn't come to the point that he would just do a hush hush money thing, even knowing that he is innocent, because he just wants this whole thing to go away because it's stressing the fuck out of him, probably. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be stressed out? So going back to the knife thing, I just want to read. It's really short. If there is more, then I don't have it. I don't know. Yeah, so it's in 2015. So Josh says, "Hey, lady." I'm not going to analyze the way they speak to each other because we're going to be here all night. Seriously. "Hey, lady, I'm going to make us some dinner." Why he's making her the anyway? See, I gotta stop myself from doing that. "Hey, lady, I'm gonna make us some dinner when I get back from the airport. You or JD are interested in joining us?" Oh, he's going to make him and Raquel at the time dinner. Okay, "Are you interested in joining us?" Amber says, "Duh." She really said, text duh, D-U-H. Josh says, "Get the fuck out of here. That's awesome. No problem. We bring it over when it's ready." We're talking about dinner, supposedly. So to now, this is kind of like, we know these people were totally plotting behind Johnny's back. So it's so shady to read like, "Oh yeah, we bring you the dinner." It's so shady, but there's nothing really that we can point that is criminal about bringing people dinner, right? Until he says something else. No problem. Then Amber says, "But Johnny's getting my tattoo tonight at the house." And then she continues, 9:30 p.m. will be perfect because it gives Jay and I don't know why is it that they just they cannot text his name. Because that's not usually how people text. I mean, I know they're famous, but they are supposed to be texting with friends they trust. Why they don't say Johnny? Why they would just say JD or Jay? I don't get that. Because I'm seeing all the messages between her and Elon Musk, between her and Kate, between her and Raquel, and they mention people's names. But now when it comes to Johnny, it's Jay or JD. And I understand why on YouTube we call him JD. But like, if you know the man, you know the guy, it's your husband. And what did you say? Will you say Johnny and I will be going to dinner. Johnny and I will be joining you. You want to say Jay. That's just shady. It's because I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the TMZ is going to read your messages or something? My gosh, I don't know why they're like talking in code, you know? I just think that's weird. Like, Jay. I mean, I don't see myself doing that. I don't think that I mean, yeah, sometimes when you text, you get lazy and you don't want to spell the whole name. But then if you do that, you will do that with everybody. She doesn't. She types the names Travis, whatever that happens to be, Josh, all those names. But when it comes to him, it's just Jay. I don't know why. I'm just thinking to myself. Sometimes I think. Joke. So yeah, so then Josh is saying that he's gonna pick her up around 8 or 9. Amber says, Jay and I have to have a little talk tonight when we get home, period. Probably until like 8. So she's saying that the talk, how does she know the talk is gonna last only 1 hour? Because he's saying he's gonna come. Josh is saying he's gonna stop by at 9, and then she's saying we gotta have a little talk at 8. That's really weird. Like, who does that? Who knows at what time their little talk is gonna end? You know what I mean? Is that weird? I didn't realize that until now. I'm such a spaz. I mean, I seriously just yeah. And then Josh says, I bring them just in case. He's not talking about the dinner. He's talking about the knives because there's a picture before this that we all saw that of 4 different sizes, 4 different styles of knives. And they're not pocket knives. They don't look like collector sharpless knives either. They look like they can do some damage. And then he says, I pick her over, okay, 8. And then she says, we're gonna have a little talk. So it's okay to come at 9. She said yes, because we're gonna have a little talk at 8. Okay. And then she said, we'll have a little talk at 8 and then we're cool. Rocky gets at 9:30, right? Okay, so she's giving 30 minutes there. Before she say 9, she said, we're gonna talk at 8, come at 9. Now she's saying come at 9:30. You guys want to come over after that and hang and eat and drink? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. There's 4 question marks. Why she talks like this? It's like a teenager. You guys want to come over and I can't speak like her, but I'm trying to. You guys want to come over after that and like hang and eat and drink? He said, yeah, perfect. And then he says, I bring them just in case. And that now it's like whatever. But the first time I read that, they was posted on Twitter, I was like, oh my God, that almost gave me a panic attack. They're talking about dinner and mashed potatoes, okay? And coming over after the airport and bringing her dinner because she's such a brat. Her friends had to bring her dinner. And then it goes to, yeah, I bring them over just in case. In case of what? In case of the little talk that you're going to have at 8 doesn't work out the way that you want it to. Why? Why does this rings me so wrong? To this day, I still don't know why it makes me feel so uncomfortable. Because she says we're gonna have. If she didn't say we're gonna have a little talk, I would not be saying this. But the fact that she says we're gonna have a little talk, and she just puts a time on the little talk, and we know that this one can rant because we heard the audio, and she can talk forever. So how is she saying that she's gonna have a talk from 8 to 9:30? First she say 9, then she changed to 9:30, and then come over and bring them anyway. He said, I bring them anyway. I think it's very scary. I think that part, and I know that they present those texts to the freaking Judge Nichols in the UK, and how come he didn't think it was weird? How come I think it's weird? Oh. Yeah, I drink a lot of coffee because it's late. That's only 9:30 at night. Go ahead. We're gonna have a little talk. It's really weird because she's not a person that has little talks, right? We heard so many audio of her. She's not able to have a little talk. So for her to say we have a little talk, but come at 9:30, yeah, I bring them anyway. It really reads as maybe we're all reading too much into it. Showcased with this, but I'm just like, oh, that was a different channel. That is just weird to me. And I'm not going to join Twitter again to read this because I already closed my account. It made me crazy. So now I have to get on Twitter again just to read this damn thing. So I'm looking it up some other way. Well, that's the night of the hair. That's the night of the famous hair pulling. And then she took a picture of the hair. And then Travis really saved the day and went there. And he knew something was off with her. So he also took a picture of what he saw. So there's 2 pictures. They're different. And the pictures are totally different. One looks like it's a bleach blonde, lighter type of blonde hair. And the other one is more like just like if I do this and just cut it. So that's the night of the hair thing. So they rather knives? What? Like I never realized. I never actually found out or had the patience to track this on time. But then we have her on the TV show and all that and whatever. Which that's a whole thing. I should make a video on just that. How did she went from a cut lip, 2 black eyes, a cut lip, two black eyes, and bruised ribs. Oh my God, my ribs are so bruised. To be on that TV show, jumping up and down, doing karaoke, just moving even the way I'm moving. I'm not moving a lot. It would be so painful. So all these like questions that she never had to answer because she got lucky. She got lucky that the judge in the UK was such an idiot that he didn't say, well, how come this happened to you on December 15 and December 16? You are in this um, talk show talking and all made up. And then the makeup artist says that we have to use red lips to cover the injury. If you look at Amber's beautiful pictures everywhere and red carpet, she's always wearing red lips. She even has her she models for L'Oreal company and all that. She even has a lipstick the name is Amber Red. So for them to say they have to put red lipstick on her to cover the cut, it's ridiculous. You can give yourself a cut just by doing this. By doing this for like, you can give yourself a cut if you really want to. And if you're that psychotic like she is, yeah. Okay, then I don't know why she said the tattoo thing. Okay, so I can see why you will think a tattoo will last 30 minutes, but how did she know that the talk was going to be only an hour? I don't know. I'm probably just missing something here, but I mean, I don't want to just go back over and over. So that, yeah, like he said, I bring them just in case. Okay. And then she says, good, man. Oh, ha, 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 ha. She goes, that looks so pretty. There's the pictures in the middle. Good, man. Then Amber says, ha, 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 ha. Not LOL or ha, 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 like evil laugh, right? Or whatever. Maybe that's the way she types. And then her next message says, so pretty. You're not talking about the puppies. I'm talking about the knives. And then she said, this gives me like goosebumps to this day. She said, oh no, that will be far too easy. Josh says, oh, Amber, you don't like it? That's fine. Just show it to them. He doesn't have to use it. The fuck? Like if it wasn't Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, if it was like your brother, your sister, your friends, you know, you will think this is a normal conversation to have and texting pictures of knives and going like, well, no, Amber, you don't have to use it. Just show it to him. I mean, what type of sick fuck jokes are this? This is not like, I mean, I'm kind of a dark sense of humor person. I don't get it. I don't understand this. And if I don't understand it, I don't understand how this was attached on the declaration. And nobody said, well, what did she mean? What did you mean by that? Like if I go to court and one of my friends comes up going like, oh yeah, she was talking about knives in here. Trust me, they're going to ask. They're like, okay, so on this date you text, oh no, that will be far too easy. And then you text to her, oh no, you don't have to use anything. You just have to show it to them. Why nobody questioned this exchange? I don't know. Because they were the problem with cases like that is the attention was shifted. The attention was so much into his addiction and how crazy party animal he is, whatever. And it should have shifted the other way around, but it never did. Maybe I'm hoping that in Virginia they give more attention to her and her mental state and the type of medications that she takes and the stuff that she does. And maybe she's a self-harmer. I'm not judging or putting any type of negative about the word self-harmer. But if we're talking about him doing that, and she does it, then she needs to admit that she does it too, just to be fair. And if this was a joke, then she's gonna have to admit it was a joke, and in what context the joke, because I don't see the context of the joke. Do you see the context of the joke? I don't. Oh, somebody's watching. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even look at the thing. Hi. Yeah, I don't know the context of the joke of I'm bringing the knives after dinner. was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring you some mac and cheese and a knife, like whatever. And then she says, oh no, that will be far too easy. And then Josh says, you don't have to use it, you just show it to him. I don't have like a smile on my face when I do this because it makes me actually, I have a thing that when I'm like upset and like heated about something, I use sarcasm and I laugh because I wanted to this woman is demonic, to the point of like messing with somebody who has problems with self-harm, who has problems with you gotta have everything that is sharp away from the guy, not bring the knives over to the house, knowing that you guys are gonna have some little talk that is gonna last only 1 hour. How did she knew the talk was gonna last an hour? Is that something normal that you would text your friends? Oh yeah, come at 9:30 because from 8 to 9:30 I'm gonna have a little talk with my husband. No, just because she has something else in mind that we're probably not gonna ever know. Something else was there for her to actually said, we're gonna have a little talk. Who talks like that? Psychopaths and serial killers. We're gonna have a little talk. So come at 9:30. It's like, anyway. So, oh, I wanted to play a little to cut the sadness in half for a moment, and I'm gonna play something that I found on Manson, talking about Johnny Depp. Manson in an interview talking about how him and Johnny Depp are gonna run for office, and I thought it was hilarious. I'm just gonna play it, just kind of to just get the dark stuff away from my head, because I think Manson is a really good sense of humor, and he's not dark at all. But what you see is what you see, but what is in here is different. I think it's awesome that they're friends. I think it's not awesome that they cannot like support each other. Well, who knows? Maybe in private they do. I don't know. So this one is a funny one. 2017, Manson was releasing what he just released. I don't even know because oh yeah, Heaven Upside Down. Okay.
Want to vote the next time if Donald Trump is running again? Would you want to vote either in protest or in hope of something else?
No. Chances are I probably may end up becoming a citizen of another country. Who knows? I never know. Being friends with Johnny Depp, we're always, he lives sometimes in France and sometimes in America. So we're thinking about maybe running for office.
On a joint ticket, apparently.
Yeah.
Who's the president? Who's the vice president?
I'm gonna go. I'll be the guy in charge of the bombs.
I'll be the guy in charge of the bombs. That's Mason. See that the guy is so funny that somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my god, he said he's gonna be in charge of the bombs." It's a joke.
I'm much more steady-handed than Johnny.
I'm more steady-handed.
Clearly, what the rest of the world would think as well.
Maybe not. I don't know. He's a pirate, but I'm a rock singer. But he can be whatever he wants to be. I think we'll have to talk that out. I'm happy to have a summit with him on the side. I think maybe me president, maybe him vice president. I want him to let him get, a little bit more rest than me because he has to be so handsome.
I'm sorry, I thought that was so cute. I love interviews when they talk about each other. He's like, yeah, I'll let him be the vice president because he needs to get more rest because he's so handsome. Anyway, that was kind of like to cut the tension. But this interview is so fun.
Yeah, but if my leg's fixed by then.
Oh yeah, his leg was all messed up and broken and all that. This is the interview that I used the other day to play on when Manson was thinking about the Me Too movement and Rose McGowan and all the allegations. Because this was on the peak of the Me Too movement, like in the beginning of 2017. And this guy asked him at the end of this interview what he thinks about it, considering that his ex-fiancée, Rose McGowan, is the one that is the big head behind all that. And his answer is perfect. He's like, you need to take it to the police. He's like what all of us have been saying. And it's almost like he called this 4 years before it happened, because he says at the end of this interview, he says, well, otherwise, if you don't take it to the police, it just becomes gossip and it's going to become a snowball. And then everybody's going to be accused of something. And I couldn't believe when I was listening to this interview that he actually said that, because it's almost like he called it 3 years before it happened. That's sad. I mean, it's amazing, but it's kind of sad at the same time. He does said like, oh, it's going to be a snowball effect, and then you won't be able to look at a girl anymore or give her a gift without somebody screaming sexual assault. And then it happened. He said that in 2017, and then it's exactly what happened to him in Johnny. The Johnny's not being accused of sexual assault people, but it's like the violent part of it. Although it's not sexual assault, but it's considered sexual violence, I believe. But he didn't do any of those things. Those guys didn't do that. I just think they're being used to show us what's right and what's wrong. The Hollywood agenda that these chicks have, that hopefully it's not going to be all Hollywood. Hopefully when things lift up after the pandemic is over, it's not going to be over anytime soon, but after it eases down and people go back to work, movies start being come back to being made, and TV shows and all that, maybe you're going to see people supporting him, people supporting her. It's going to be interesting to see that. And if she has supporters, then cool. But he has a bunch too, like all these people on YouTube supporting him. I know we're not famous, right? And we don't have the gold in the bank that these people have. But he knows he has so many supporters. He even posted on his Instagram how thankful he was. And he knows that. So even if she has all this Josh and all the Raquels and all the Ios and all these people and that fake sister that she has right there that is petrified of her, that's the only reason the sister is helping her, because her sister is scared of her. God knows what was happening between those two. She just has that. And then maybe there's a fan club in Italy. And there's some pages on Instagram you can go look. There's like Justice for Amber, or I Stand with Amber, or Amber Angels. There's a couple, but not the amount that the stuff that we're doing. Like not even close at all. Oh yeah, those texts are just it's still. Did anybody can tell me what type of context was that texted? Like we're gonna bring you dinner. Well, okay, hold on. Wait until 9:30 because we're gonna have a little talk at 8. Are they talking about sex? Well, it's the only thing that you can measure it, right? You can measure it in an hour and a half. But if you're talking about a talk, how can you measure, if you're Amber Heard, how can you measure a talk in only an hour and a half? And then, then bring the knives over. That just scares me. It still does to this day. It's so weird. Like every time I read it, it still does. Tammy said, I agree that both him and Johnny are too nice. Did you just comment on that? Are you watching it? I have this thing off. I'm so damn smart. This thing is off, isn't it? I mean, the chat. What if you're watching it? Just give me like some type of sign so I know that you're watching. Tammy said, I agree that both him and Johnny are too nice. They are too damn nice. And this is the only one thing that I'm going to blame Manson on. He was too trusting. He was giving his keys to people, his apartment, his cat, his books. Oh, here's my new record. You can listen to if you want to. Like he was doing a bunch of stuff that I guess you can say, well, because he was high. No, it's not just because he was high. A lot of people do drugs and they're not. And they're to themselves. These guys, both of them are way too nice. They're both way too trusting. They are generous. There's so many accounts on people talking about Johnny about he paid my rent, he buy me, like, he fixed my car and he did this. And I never see him being mean to anybody on the crew. He's nice to everybody, from the director to the last extra person to the last crew member. So we don't have nothing like that on her, on Ambere. Who's out there saying that she's nice to work with? Did you heard that anywhere? No, I haven't. Nobody's saying that. Maybe, because she's probably a nightmare. She's a spoiled brat nightmare. And then in the with Manson, we have Alice Cooper, Billy Corgan, Connie Love, Sharon Osbourne, Billy Corgan's, I already said Billy Corgan and his wife. These are big guys. These are big names. I mean, Connie Love is the type of person, think whatever you want about her. I'm not going to get into that. I happen to really, really like her. And she's a big supporter of Manson. Connie Love is the only celebrity that clicked like on Manson's last post. And that takes some balls to do, because everybody was a lot of famous people that unfollow him. They're just run around, run away like little rats, cowards. And Connie Love still follows him. Billy Corgan still follows him. Sharon Osbourne follows him. A few more people, but he lost so many followers. And the fact that she liked his post, the one that he said he was innocent of the distortions of the reality and all that, is very telling. The fact that Alice Cooper, which we think Alice Cooper is this nightmarish guy, but everybody knows that when he goes on, takes the makeup off, he's actually a family man. He's a Christian. Alice Cooper, yeah, that one. He's a family man. He's a Christian. He's a very wholesome guy. Nothing bad to say about Manson. Nothing. Ozzy and Sharon, nothing bad to say about Manson. Dita, Rose, still didn't say anything bad about Manson. I don't buy that video that she did, because I go for what she wrote on that book that I still have on my table, because I read it. Like, I read some like phrases every day, and she's really inspired. And she got nothing but good things to say about Manson. And those people are people that are controversial. Like Connie Love, she loves the drama, and she would jump into anything that she can jump into. How come she still defends him? How come? How come she didn't unfollow him? Because she knows it's bullshit. And Dita made that post on Instagram, and who the hell told her to take the post down? Who? The same people that told Rose McGowan to make that little video saying that she stands with Evan and everybody else. No, she was told. I don't know how they do these things, because it's not money. I don't think Rose needs the money, or Alice Cooper or Connie Love or Dita. I don't think they need the money. It's not they're buying them with money, but there's something about, there's a big picture on this, and somebody said that the other day. All about the post what? People's Magazine. Don't get me started with People's Magazine. I already made like 3 videos on People's Magazine. Never ever going to buy that ever again. Not only they put Ambere on the cover with that fake bruise back in the day, they also put this Ashley Morgan chick on the cover with fake collarbones, bites, and fake scars on her. I mean, it's like they're eating this stuff up. They just love it. It's crazy. I mean, seriously. I mean, just whatever I'm saying. I mean 100 times. Oh yeah. Okay, I was gonna read this. Time to read. I'm so dyslexic. I'm really trying hard to not be. Yeah, I want to read Ben King. This is a favorite of Johnny, of course. I'm not going to read any of the other crap. So he is the one that actually witnessed the whole finger thing. Not firsthand, not the finger flying off, but the blood that it was in the apartment, that it wasn't like he just painted whatever the name, with blood. No, the blood, there was like dots of blood all over the apartment. That is not the same that just painted with blood a little. That's because he probably was just doing this. because he was falling over, because he was messed up, and not messed up because he was drunk, but because he was upset and in pain because his wife just got his freaking finger off. So that's what the blood is, I think. I don't think the blood is blood from Ambere. A good judge would have ordered some type of forensic investigation on that, because the blood is blood. You can investigate that, but I think by the time the people from the penthouse that do the maintenance, they already clean the whole thing up, because they're not going to just sit there with a bunch of blood in a carpet, whatever. So they got these cleaners to clean it from the carpet and from the walls. But, which I wish they didn't. I wish they didn't, but they did. So that's all clean. But I do believe that was not her blood. That's Johnny's blood from walking around with the finger. So when you're just touching things, you're just trying to make your way. It's like you're mad and you're sad and you're in pain. That's what the blood is. They're trying to make it into not, but we know the blood came from his finger, not from her feet. Her feet, they had no marks whatsoever. Like, there's pictures of her by the beach. There's pictures of her at the Coachella Festival. Sandals. There's a picture of her by the beach with you're by the beach. You don't have shoes, right? Duh. And you can see her ribs. You can see her feet. There's no cuts. There's nothing. She just looked flawless as always. So if you're going to say that your boyfriend or your husband or girlfriend or whatever drug you to the floor and you got all cut, at least work on that a little bit, or like cover yourself for the next couple of weeks so people can't say, oh, I didn't see nothing on her body. Cover yourself. No, she didn't. She went and did a photo shoot at the beach, and there is no bruises anywhere. And you can say the face can be covered with makeup. Okay. Bruises here on your ribs cannot really be covered with makeup. She should just wear a dress or something. And she's not. She's wearing a bikini, and it's a photo shoot. And if she was in so much pain, she wouldn't even be she wouldn't even be able to pose for a photo shoot or walk around on the beach with broken ribs. I think she is such a drama queen when she said, like, I had 2 broken ribs. Like, if I don't see an x-ray, if none of us, we need to see an x-ray, right? You guys will need to see an x-ray. If I don't see an x-ray in 2022, an x-ray of her ribs cracked or broken. If she had broken ribs, she wouldn't be able to talk. She'd pass out from the pain, but she's so stupid. She didn't even do the research on that. But let's say the ribs are kind of, cracked from him hitting her or whatever. I would change. I'll wash my face with my mouth with bleach if I see an x-ray in 2022 with some cracked ribs. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just saying it. If I see that, but it's not going to happen. There's no way. So how come my YouTube thing is already there? That's so weird. It's happening right now. How come it's there? Oh yeah, I see what they're doing. Okay, never mind. I'm so stupid. Oh yeah, I'm just skip. The thing with Manson, I thought it was like really cute and funny. And he always talks about Johnny, his interviews, and I just wish, like I said before, that maybe Johnny eventually will be able to come out and make some type of statement on the Manson accusations. But it's not a case yet, because the only person who filed anything is Esme Bianco, and she didn't even file a criminal suit. She's so stupid. She filed a civil suit. It's the same thing they did with Michael Jackson, where they were like, oh, well, he did all this to us and all that. And these people were settled with hush-hush money in a civil lawsuit. Like, if you really got hurt that much, or your kid got hurt that much, are you going to tell me you're just going to grab $200,000 or whatever it was? It's not. You make it into a criminal thing. If you really think you're on the side of the truth, you really think you're going to win, if you really think that you're a feminist, and if you really think you are there for women and for innocent girls getting beat up, you're not going to settle with money. Like, and I think that's what Esme Bianco was trying to do. That's what Manson lawyers said, right? The reason that this is going so long and then she keeps at it is because they refuse. He doesn't say Manson, but it's obviously they is him and his attorney. They refuse to give in to her crazy amounts of money that she was asking. That's why she filed. That's the only reason she filed. That sucks, isn't it? Is that shady or what? She wouldn't file anything for years and years on the guy, but she's doing it now. And then we got Ashley Water out there in People's Magazines. Oh my God, how bad she can. I mean, I usually don't like to talk about the way people look, especially like criticizing other girls, women. But oh my God. If that's how you look on the cover of a magazine, like seriously, who's saying I agree with both of him tonight? Sorry about all that. I won't find any proof. Are you commenting on, how come I don't see your comments? Like, I mean, I see them, but I don't see them in the chat. It shows you how slow I am. There you are. I don't see them in the chat, but I know you're there. I know what you just said. Yeah. I won't see any proof. See, that's the thing, man. It's like if there was a way that they can shut all of us off with a little bit of medical documentation from people and Johnny's people, Amber's people, like an X-ray, a little prescription pad of like, what are you taking? You think you have post-traumatic stress disorder, Esme, Evan? You have all this. Okay, what do you take? How many times a week you go to group? What's the name of your therapist? What type of medications you take? What is your diagnosis? Nothing. Like, people can sit around, and it really annoys me because it's my work, it's what I do. But I hate that people sit around and go like, oh yeah, that guy's a narcissist and I am bipolar and that person has borderline. Stop that. Stop. 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 Because that doesn't help anybody. And if you do have a problem, like I think Johnny has a problem with self-harm, talking about him like it's like, and just saying, that, oh, well, that's how he gets for being a drunk, or that's how he is because he's an actor. Just stop it. Like, I draw the line there. I am not going to, if somebody tells me that Amber was self-harming, I'm not going to make fun of that. So that's out. If anybody does that, I'll kick them out. I'm not going to make fun of people's mental health issues. But if your mental health issue is leaning towards the side of psychosis and you're dragging people through the mud because of your mental health issues, then we can talk about it. But until then, if you're just going to tell me like Ashley Morgan, oh, I have post-traumatic stress disorder and I have OCD. I mean, you know how many people said on YouTube, on Instagram, oh, I have this, I have that. People need to stop diagnosing themselves. It's really annoying, and it's really dangerous. It's really dangerous to do that to yourself and to other people that actually do have those problems. Ashley, Esme, and Evan. Evan was talking about her nightmares and her sleep paralysis. Or her sleep paralysis and her nightmares and her night terrors, they can be attributed to anything. It has to be Manson's fault. It cannot be her diet, her environment, all the things that are happening in her life, stress from work. No. If she got nightmares, it has to be Manson's fault. If Ashley Morgan cannot stop washing her hands and she has OCD, she says she does. I don't think she does. It has to be Manson's fault. I mean, this is what these cases. This is why channels are talking about these cases together, because they are so. Oh my God, I know it's not the same. Not even. It's not the same when it comes to money. This is $7 million. The Manson girls are not even. So in that sense, it's different. But when it comes to the personalities of these girls, of these women, they're not girls. And the lens they go through and how there is no personal responsibility for anything they've done. Esme it never done anything bad. She started doing like crazy kinky stuff with Manson. Never done that before with anybody else. No, she got no idea, right? Evan never done drugs or alcohol, even if we know it's being talked about in the circle that her nickname was Snowflake. Yeah, you do the math. Snowflake, right? And she says she doesn't know about drugs, and stuff like that. Like those, I mean, nobody is actually following this web of lies because they've been lying for so long, especially Evan. I do think Evan Roger Wood was out to set him up from the get-go. I made a video and I posted today about that, about how she showed up at his house wearing the heart-shaped glasses, and she was obsessed with Lolita. And now she's saying that she had no idea that he was telling her what to wear. No. And when they met, she already had 15 pair of heart-shaped glasses at home. That her mom was mad at her for reading Lolita all day. This is before she met Manson, where she was doing that movie 13. And then she says that she couldn't dress the way she wanted to dress because Manson wanted her to dress a certain way. And that's the part that I can't believe. I don't know if Amber ever said anything like that about Johnny, that Johnny told her what to wear. Did she? I won't be surprised if she did, but I don't remember. Yeah, the grooming process. Yeah, she calls it the grooming process. I mean, it's just they don't even know what grooming. Being groomed is not. It's not a term that it can be used with adults. First of all. And even if she was 19, and it seems like at 19, we really have no idea what we're doing at 19. So we don't make good decisions. But you are already a legal age, supposedly. I know it sounds crappy because you still don't know what the hell you're doing until you're like your 20s, 18, 19, sometimes even 20. You can make a lot of mistakes, okay? But in her case, she grew up in Hollywood. She grew up with a lot of things that I didn't have growing up, and a lot of experiences like with actors and with directors. There is no such an innocence. Like if you work here and you know people and you've been working since you were 5 years old and you made a movie like 13, like Evan did that movie 13. There's no innocence. Like, stop it. Like, stop trying to sound like, you just came from you just crossed the, you crossed, from with your boat, from North Carolina to California. You don't know anybody. No, I mean, we know that she's always been, she's not always been edgy, but she wanted to be edgy so bad. She wanted to be Rose McGowan. That's the thing. She wanted to be Rose McGowan so bad. And Dita, she wanted to be Dita maybe in the physical, her look, but she wanted to be Rose McGowan at the point of like an edgy actress. She didn't want to be the girl with the blonde hair and the blue eyes, the good girl in the movies. She wanted to be edgy. Well, and see, that's the thing. It's like, be careful what you ask for. Like you want to be edgy, you want to have the edgy boyfriend, you want to have the edgy roles. They're going to come your way because then she started having more interesting parts in movies. And she did True Blood and she played the vampire queen. And that's all because of her status was different from just being a wholesome looking girl that is cute to being this like kind of perverse Lolita, idea / groupie of Manson and then fiance. And this whole thing was rebellious, just to be rebellious and just to piss her parents off. I'm a parent and I know that's, I don't know. I can't say I know 100%, but I'm pretty sure that she wanted to mess up with her mom. Her mom was the one saying, like, don't read that trash. I don't homeschool you so you can read Lolita all day. And then she says she had no idea about that type of look, that he was forcing her to wear that. But then she says she watched the movie Lolita 22 times. And she said that she got 15 heart-shaped glasses at home. I mean, I can just watch it, but I don't want to get like this chick upsets me. Seriously, she does. Evan. Well, let's go to Evan, I guess. Because I have it open right here. And I want to say I'm not trying, to make fun of anybody that been through this or somebody that knows somebody that been through this. But the thing is, they already making it look so bad, and they're making it look so bad for the girls and the boys, the guys and the women that actually are going through this. So I'm not doing actually a bad job about talking about domestic violence in kind of being sarcastic and making fun of the accusations. They're the ones doing this. They shot themselves on the foot because they're sloppy. They're being very sloppy about the accusations. So if I'm making fun of Ashley for looking for pictures on Google and then show those pictures in People's Magazine saying that it was her and we know it wasn't, then of course I'm going to make fun of you. Then you're asking for it. You're asking for me to make fun of you if you're going to do something so dumb. I don't know if you know that's what she did. That's what I was going to do. I was going to actually look at this chick. Also, I did find a video of how to bruise your face and your arms if you really have to, but I don't want to play it because I feel like it's a bit about, well, here it is, how to make a fake bruise tutorial. But let me tell you, it's pretty easy. With eyeshadows is all you need. And what sucks is that it's so easy these days to do something like that and to frame somebody. It's horrible. It's horrible that it's that easy, but it is, I mean, you don't even have to look. Well, you can look anything on YouTube and Pinterest these days, everything. You can find anything that you want to find. But I'm not going to do it. If I do it, it's going to have to be on myself. I'll do it on myself. I'll do a bruise. I do the famous Ambere. I don't know what side it was. I'll do one here. I do a cut lip, and I can do maybe one over here. No, over here, whatever. It's not that hard. But I'm not going to do it on anybody else, and I'm not going to show a video of somebody else doing it to themselves. But I can do it if you want me to. I can do it on my own face and show you how. I will not say it's like a piece of cake. You have to have like a little bit of, but and the thing is, when she went to court to get a restraining order, nobody asked her, what is can we take a picture? Can we take a close picture of your bruise? Can we? No, they didn't, because I know, because I've done it. When you get a temporary restraining order for 3 weeks, not 3 years, for 3 weeks, in those 3 weeks, you're not supposed to talk to the person, which Johnny is also guilty of breaking that too. For 3 weeks, you're not supposed to talk. You're supposed to be 100 yards away from each other and all that. Nobody's going to grab her face and see, let me see, ma'am. Let me see. Is that real? So she could have just gone there with a bunch of makeup. Let me see how, because I'm tired. I have like this. I can make a bruise right there and tell you that that's a bruise, and it is not. It is not, because I'm telling you right now that it's not. So don't tell me that I told you that it was, because it's not. But it's not that hard. You kind of go to with the natural dark spots in the person, or the sink, where the skin sinks. Also, I have a theory about Ambere and her cheeks and her fillers, injections that he's putting in her cheeks, so she looks more like this or whatever, whatever the hell she's trying to do. In those scars from injecting collagen or injecting fillers under your cheek, those bruises look very similar than the bruises you get if you have those procedures done. And oh man, I mean, if she did that to him, I mean, shame on her even more. Seriously. But it does look like something that you will get after you have plastic surgery or you have injections. Like if you never seen people, celebrities talking about their plastic surgery, or people on YouTube talking about their plastic surgery, and they look like they just got beat up, and it's not. They just have plastic surgery and the anesthesia and all that. And when you wake up, you kind of have it looks like somebody beat you up. So it could be from anything. I think they should use that. I think she used makeup. If she didn't use makeup, she used some type of injection on her cheeks, and then made it look like it was his fault. We know that she called TMZ. We know that. I'm reading your comment. You said you won't find any proof. Couple letters, any proof. These women have been working on this shakedown for a long time, and they actually managed to change the laws. Yeah, I know. Well, but the Phoenix Act. I mean, it's only. I mean, yeah, it's bad that they did that, but I think that the fact that a lot of people are having this conversation right now about Manson innocence and Johnny's innocence is a good conversation to have, and it might bring some type of change in the future. So I'm kind of trying to be like optimistic, be like, okay, well, yeah, we had the Phoenix Act that it sucks that Esme Bianco did with Evan Rachel Wood, and we know why they did it, but maybe we will come out of this darkness with something good in the future, maybe something that will protect men or just people in general in a different way. Maybe some type of law that it requests you to like actually show evidence and not just go like screaming murder. So yeah, it sucks. It really does suck. They did. They passed it. It is. I never in history knew about two actresses, drafting paperwork and make it into a law. I mean, in a way, it's kind of cool, and it's kind of shows you that, well, maybe it's not just politicians. Maybe like the regular people can do it. They're not regular people. The actresses, and both of them sit there and cry their eyes out about how much of a hard time they had with him or under his control, whatever. So is it that easy just to go to Congress and pass a law, just put in a show? Because if it is, then we can go do it. And it could be a good law. So I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying not to think, okay, well, the whole thing is rigged. The whole thing is freaking over. I think it's bad right now. Right now it's bad. Because before the UK verdict from the freaking judge in the UK, we were kind of hopeful. Like there were a lot of people on YouTube were like, oh yeah, well, Johnny, and people were fundraising and they were collecting signatures for Johnny, and then we got hit with the they're saying he's a wife beater. Oh my God, he lost the case. Damn. So now I feel like in the same situation with the Manson thing. I'm like kind of like down about it because I don't know what's going to happen. But at the same time, nothing has happened yet as bad as what happened to Johnny. So, what happened to Johnny already is horrible. I mean, his son and his daughter thinking they know his dad, they know who his dad is, but just the fact that they're being making fun of. Yeah, I'm sure his ex-wife also is making people gossip, and stuff like, oh, well, your ex-husband, did he beat you up as well, like he did with this person? So what happened to Johnny, I think, is worse in terms of, in legal terms, is worse than what's happening to Manson. But the Manson thing just started. So the Manson thing can become bigger with years and huge. Because like you said, there's a Me Too movement behind it. It's a big lefty agenda. So the Manson case might just be even bigger than the Johnny Ambere case, I'm trying to say, because it involves more than money. It involves like a whole like change of laws and it's going to be a game changer for the good or for the worst. I really don't know. I'm like 50-50. I do believe he's innocent. I don't have to show any proof. I believe he's innocent. There's a lot of proof saying that they're not, that these girls are lying. So even if I don't know fact to fact, because I don't know the dude. I don't know 100% that he didn't tell me, okay, he came and say, Luna, I'm innocent. No, of course not. Of course I know. I don't know him. But we can judge for the proof that we have and from these people's reputations and these people's past. Esme, for example, and, what they did in the past in terms of their sexual life and their preferences and their drugs and whatever they did in the past, it has to reflect somehow whenever Manson goes to court, whenever he decides to do that, they're not going to grab our videos. Okay, they're going to be like, oh wait, look, Ashley did this. Ashley took a picture of my cat in 2018, and then she came and said this, that I raped her, and then she was taking a picture with my cat in 2019. That's going to be on him and his attorneys, but there's like plenty of proof that this girl's lying. But see, the thing is, abuse is really, really hard. Emotional abuse is hard to prove that it happened, but also it's very hard to prove that it didn't happen. That's kind of what I'm worried about with Manson, because it can go both ways. They can say it until they're blue in the face that he emotionally abused them and say bad words to them all the time and put them in, like the Esme Bianco actress. She says that he forced her to watch horrible horror movies or scary movies until she fainted. There's no proof of that, but there's no proof that he didn't do it. He didn't do that, and there's no proof that he did either. So that's kind of what's sketchy about it. Esme has nemesis talking up on her. I made sure I become that lady of justice. Yeah. Thank you for your comment. I love your profile picture. Is that Manson or is you? I don't know, but I love it. It's really cool. Shay Marie. Huh. Yeah, Esme is something else. They all kind of messed up, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Rachel Levy comment. Thank you for making these videos. Crispy commented. Abuser third. I love Crispy. I love that name that you gave her. Abuser third. Yeah, I keep saying her name. I really don't care if I get in trouble. It's already proven to lie about being abused, and she herself got arrested for abusing her ex-girlfriend. I know, right? Nobody's asked. Nobody. How come nobody is talking to? Maybe they did, or they're doing it, and we just don't know about it. But how come they didn't call the girlfriend? Whatever her name was, Sia, something. Amber got arrested for domestic violence before. So how come this girl in question that actually called the cops on Amber, because Amber was not beating her up, but I think she was squeezing her. She was just being aggressive towards her. Where's that case file? Where is that case file? I want to see it. I want to see what the girl has to say, right? How come because you can read all the witness declarations and you don't see anything on Amber's ex-girlfriend. Where is she? Can they talk to her? Can they have like some type of declaration from her? Even if it's on Amber's favor, that's fine. But the fact that they're not even asking her anything, the fact they're not even investigating, is like they're not fact checking anything. Like People Magazine with Ashley Morgan, no check. They did not check on anything. They were like, oh, well, she's saying this picture is her leg. Okay, so we're gonna, whatever. It doesn't look like her, whatever, yeah. How come? It's not considered a perjury. It's a private, I wonder. It's a magazine, so it's not like the newspapers, it's a magazine, so it's private. It is profit and it's private. So it's not perjury that she gave them fake pictures. But if they use the cover story with the fake pictures in court, that will be perjury. But I don't think she'll get in trouble for giving the magazine fake pictures. I'm sure that happened in the past with many celebrities. It sucks, but I don't think they're going to be jail time for that or any type of repercussion, just because she can always say, well, I was forced into giving you this picture. Oh, I thought it was my leg. Oh my God, I thought it was. I don't know. There's like, she can play dumb, but it suits her very well. Just reading the comments. And seriously, like, oh my gosh. All right, yeah, maybe I just play a bit of I was gonna play the Cut Me, Johnny, but I decided not to, because it just makes it's like it's his business. I don't think it's my business to talk about him cutting or not, because it's mental thing, and I'm not gonna go in there. But the reason I was mentioning the knives and the audio of the "Come Me, Amber, please come me" is because I was putting it together with the Josh messages about, well, we can bring them, we can bring the knives, and you don't have to do anything, Amber. You just have to show it to him. That thing got imprinted in my brain. I swear. You don't have to do anything. Just show it to him. What did you just said? Why your messages don't come on my live thing? Esme claim that she's doing this to save the women because she has learned that other women are being tortured. Yeah. You know where they're being tortured, these women? At the torture garden in UK, in London, which is the club that she used to work at, when they're like, I'm not judging. I'm not going to shame bondage people or kinky people. I'm not judging. But if anybody's getting tortured, it's those girls over there. They're friends with Esme. Esme used to work there. Esme did a bunch of shows there. It's called Torture Garden. Look it up. I'm sure they already had. And if you look at Esme Bianco, you get Pornhub, dude. You get Pornhub results. I mean, then again, like, I'm not saying that because you have a past of doing sex work or bondage work or fetish work or whatever, then you are asking for it or you want to get abused. I'm not saying that, but if they're looking so much into the Johnny's and Manson's addictions and all that, they have to look into those girls' past too. And I don't feel like they are. They're just believing everything at face value. And that's like very dangerous. People Magazine has a lot to answer for, but I don't know though, because I don't think it's perjury. It's a private organization, People's Magazine. It's perjury if she uses the pictures, then the magazine is gonna get in big heat trouble. But I love that comment. Esme has nemesis talking about her and make sure I become the deity of justice, right? I don't know about karma. Hopefully she gets some of that. Hopefully she does. All right. Well, I was gonna play. You want me to play the video? I'm not playing the audio of Johnny and the knives. I was going to. I decided not to, because it's just out of respect for him. I'm not gonna do that, because you all already heard it before, right? No, I was going to do I don't know everything, because I know I'm not be able to do anything tomorrow, because I gotta work tomorrow, Monday. So Sunday night right now. So that's kind of why I'm hanging out and doing this right now, having fun with it. But yeah, when it comes to just reading about listening to Johnny's voice, asking her to cut him, I draw the line there. I was going to, but it makes me, and even after so many times I heard it, and because I have I never done that. I have to do a video with the story time video, but I never done that to myself. But I work with many people that done that, even children that self-harm. So for me to kind of like joke around and I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry if I'm getting stupid about it. because I know myself and I know that I'm gonna laugh or make some type of joke, and I don't want to do that to Johnny. Because we know that he does that, and you know, Marilyn Manson. Also, you know what's really weird? That Marilyn Manson also self harms, and you see if you ever see him live. If you ever went to one of his shows back in the day when he had no shirt on or whatever, Manson is full of, he has scars all over that he did to himself. So just like it's the same thing. It's the same type of, you know, self-harm and addiction and drinking problem and alcohol problem and self-harm. And I don't want to bank on that and talk about them like that. Just acknowledge that they have that. I acknowledge that Johnny did that, but also acknowledge the fact that she is recording him. It makes me sick. It really does. Because, you know, even if it was me and I'm recording because I'm afraid that the guy is going to put the knife on me or something, if I know the guy self-harms and I know that he does that, just put the phone down, you know, and just like tell him, you know, want some water, let's go for a walk. Like let's just walk. Let's just calm down. No, she doesn't try to help him one bit. And it's really makes me sad to think about it. Esme's trying to save the women. You know, Ashley said on the cover of the story of People's Magazine that she was doing this so all the girls don't have to go through it. All the girls. I mean, how old are you? Like they are, I mean, okay, Evan was 19 when she started being with Manson. Okay, she was a girl. Esme, Ashley Waters, all those people, they're not girls, they're women. So they're just like making each other look even better when they say the word girls. So I want to do this so all the girls don't have to deal with him. It's all propaganda. It's propaganda, and they're just rubbing it on your face, on our faces. And I'm so glad there's YouTube, and then we can go on YouTube and we can type this and that, and we can kind of like make our own minds. I'm not here to convince anybody or anything. I really don't care because I know what I believe, and it's the truth. Because I believe in it, but doesn't have to be yours. So I really don't care about convincing people. I don't care. But I do care about what can happen in the future if this becomes a thing, and then you will get Angelina Jolie, and then we get Madonna and Lady Gaga or whoever blaming guys on things, and then you get the girl next door, and then you get not me, my friend doing this to her boyfriend, and it's gonna be like crazy if this becomes a thing that you can just go there and show up and, oh yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do what Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp. That's my fear. Like, I'm not here to try to convince you that Johnny is innocent and Manson is innocent, because I know that you know that they are. But I'm worried that other people, especially women, are gonna take on this and be like, dude, like I can just totally put an Amber Heard tomorrow. Or yeah, I can say that this guy did this to me 8 years ago, and now because the Phoenix Act, I can maybe get away with it. Yeah, I'm disturbed with that, thinking that. So the Phoenix Act changed it from 3 years to 10. Is that right? I live here. I should know. By the way, it's so hot. God, it's like summer and it's not even summer yet. Oh. I'm doing it to save the girls. Esme saving the girls with her whip and her paddle, like her own butt. Dude, all you gotta do is go Google torture garden. I'm not going to because I don't want to puke in my coffee cup. But there she is, all over the self in her whole glory with her latex boots and her latex corsets. And this doesn't mean that she's a bad person because she does this. But it really, it makes it kind of itchy, yucky, and shady. That then she says that she doesn't know about bondage and she doesn't know what ropes are or whips, and she had no idea why he was doing this stuff to her. That's the problem. The problem is not that she likes to do this in the bedroom. It's all good. That's her business. The problem is that she's using that and to have this false sense of innocence. I'm not trying to make a rhyme, but like trying to just pretend that. And the only in Evan Rachel Wood's case, I kind of believe that when she was 19, maybe she didn't know what bondage was, or she didn't know the stuff that he was into, and whatever. But she knew about the drugs because it's Marilyn Manson. He has a song that it goes, I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. He has a song called The Dope Show. He has a song about drugs, about cutting himself and drink from my blood and kill for me. And he has every song you can imagine about all this stuff. So you can't say that you don't know what he's about. Ashley Morgan also say something super dumb. She said that she didn't know who he was. That she wasn't sure. She heard the name a couple times. I mean, I know that she's young. She's like a millennial, right? I mean, she's born in the 90s or something. You know who Manson is. You don't have to be my age to know who Manson is. She said she didn't know. I made another video talking about that. You don't know who this guy is, but you flying from Taiwan to LA to meet him because he's gonna give you some connections for movies, but you don't know who he is. That's bullshit. That's what it is. Okay, should I play the Ashley video? It's gonna. I look tired. I'm not that tired. I just look really tired. Should I play the Ashley video? Because otherwise it's being played. I played it before. It never ceases to amaze me. The power of acting and of just drama and how people just suck into this. What did you comment? I hate that I can't see the comment. I'm really glad that I'm not doing the Johnny Cut Me audio. I can't see the comments when they come. Like I see them like 10 minutes later. Why is that, YouTube? What's the deal? That's what I put that picture of Manson and Ambere Wood. They're kind of choking each other. I don't see that he's choking her. I feel like they're like embracing each other, right? And that's from the Heart-Shaped Glasses video that she had a lot of fun making. And she said in plenty of interviews that she had a lot of fun with the fake blood. It was a really cool idea, and she felt super protected on set, and they really took care of her on set. So then when she talks about how this whole thing was so traumatizing, I'm like, well, do you know that she got paid a lot of money to be on that video, even if that was her boyfriend. I guess she's an actress, so she should get paid, but I think that's kind of funny. She got paid a lot of money to be on that video. I don't know the amount, but they're saying that it's a lot. And again, she was collecting heart-shaped glasses and reading Lolita and having her mother mad at her for reading Lolita way before she met Manson. So true on that. Okay, I'm doing the Ashley thing just because it's still early for me. I'm on West Coast time. Okay. I can't believe this woman. I mean, if I play it, I'm just going to pause it every 2 minutes and talk. And maybe you all are down with me doing that. Maybe I should do it tomorrow. It's just that, I won't make a video this long if I wasn't having, I won't say fun with it, but I like that people are making comments and stuff. That makes me happy. Thank you. I don't know why I see the comments 10 minutes after. What's up, YouTube? Just get with it. All right, let's do this. Let's laugh a little bit. Guess why not?
Guilt and shame have lessened. They're not going away, and I don't know that they will. And
She's getting a photo shoot out of this. You guys know that? It's not just an interview. She is actually, it's a photo shoot plus interview. So
They're not going away, and I don't know that they will. And my feelings of dirtiness and wanting to wash that off has not gone away. And I really look forward to when it does.
Rock star Marilyn Manson is under investigation.
Several women have come forward in the past couple of weeks with similar allegations of abuse against the shock rocker. As far as other fallout goes, he has been dropped by his record label, CAA. His talent agency has also dropped him as well.
see the effects. See what they do. They do that. The jumpers, right? And just like, I think that if you know a little bit about like TV and film and movies and stuff, that those are jumpers, and that is like that's a way to get people in, to be like, oh my god, this is such a big deal, because like they play that music and the jumpers right there, they're called jumpers. So then, oh my god, this is so bad, he got dropped from his record company, jump, and then more than 20 women, jump. They have that sound. And that maybe not with my mind, because I know that this is BS, but somebody who watches it on TV and has no idea about who he is and about who these girls are, these women are, they're just gonna buy it and swallow it like ice cream, because it's so dramatic, the music and the sound effects. That's just craziness.
On February 19th, 2021, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department confirmed they were investigating allegations of domestic violence involving Brian Warner, better known as the musician Marilyn Manson. The news came just weeks after nearly a dozen women, including actress Evan Rachel Wood, shared allegations of abuse against Manson. According to the LA County Sheriff's Department, the incidents under investigation occurred between 2009 and 2011. Manson has denied the allegations, saying in a statement, quote, "These recent claims about me are horrible distortions of reality. My intimate relationships have always been entirely consensual with like-minded partners. To date, he has not been charged with any."
Yeah, he hasn't been charged with anything. I'm glad that they put that right there. Well, he hasn't. But, even if he hasn't been charged legally with anything, the fact that he cannot even leave his house at this point, even if he's still in that house that he was before. I mean, like, just saying that he's not, it's okay because he's not on trial yet. He hasn't been charged yet. Even if he hasn't been charged, he's being canceled, which is like people can't. I mean, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to talk about him all I want. Nobody's going to tell me not to do that. But, it kind of sucks that, I mean, I don't know what he's doing. Just with Johnny. We know what Johnny's doing because he goes to a film festival in Spain. We saw videos in France. But Manson, I don't know. That's the part that is really kind of concerning, I mean, you can like the guy or not like his music or like him or not. This is a person. It doesn't deserve to be, everybody deserves a fair trial, That's like, even the worst type of serial killers in history had a fair trial and had somebody on their side. So I think he needs people on his side, and hopefully he knows that he has that, and hopefully he will get all those girls for defamation. That'll be awesome. But I don't think he will. I don't think that he's gonna want more attention to this. But if I was him, I'll do that. Defamation, all of them.
One of the women who came forward in early February was model Ashley Morgan Smith.
Model.
On February 1st, Ashley posted on Instagram accusing Manson of abuse, sexual violence, physical violence, and coercion. And now she's telling her full story for the first time.
I have bonded with the 5 other main girls who went through this, and we have found such a strength in numbers. And our stories are all identical. It's disgusting. At least if you're going to be an abusive psychopath, be original.
I fear for my life, and I'm so scared, right, of this guy. But I'm going to say about him, well, at least if you're going to be a crazy sociopath, at least be original. Who talks like that about somebody they're scared them, that they're abused them, they rape them, they beat them up. Who talks like that? Like, let's say, who will say to their dad, right, to their face, to their mom, hey, don't slap me like that anymore. If you're gonna slap me again, at least be original. Who talks like that? She's supposed to be scared, right? I Survived a Monster is the title. I Survived a Monster. You know, she said that she felt like he could kill her anytime, and she's like being all cocky about it. God, I get so mad. This is why I don't want to play this thing, because I get so mad. You don't talk like that, Ashley. My God, I can't believe that nobody propped her kind of like into what she was going. Did she even knows? She's sitting there all like she knows that she's talking to People's Magazine or what? Because why her PR people or management or personal assistants or whatever she has didn't say, hey, try to keep it cute. Don't act trashy. Don't say the F word. She just did. She just said the F word in People's Magazine cover. She said, our stories are identical. Our stories are identical. And maybe she meant to say freaking identical, but even freaking, like, one thing is saying it on YouTube, another thing is saying it on Instagram. Oh my God, that is freaking disgusting. But you won't say that in an interview, in a serious interview. Yeah. And then she's like, well, at least be original. If you're going to be a psychopath, at least be original. Can you believe, like, can you imagine saying that to somebody who really hurt you? Can you imagine saying that about somebody who you're scared of? No, you will not. You won't be this arrogant about it. She's so.
And he wasn't in any way.
In 2010, Marilyn Manson was a 41-year-old heavy metal icon, as well known for his music as his extreme, often controversial persona, while Ashley was a 26-year-old model working in Thailand.
I grew up out here in LA, in Calabasas. My parents are both like in the industry, so I started modeling pretty young. I always wanted to act. That was my intention and my goal, but modeling monetarily came first.
Ashley had frequently worked with LA-based artist and photographer Tyler Shields, who also happened to be a friend of Manson.
A friend of mine, a photographer, Tyler Shields, had, shown him photos, and so he contacted me on the phone and said, like, who he was, and I wasn't into that type of music. I knew who he was. I knew his public persona, but it didn't, mean anything to me until he said, like, and I know you're really interested in acting, and I want you to be in a film, and I want you to be in a music video. And I was like, thank God, like, I can go do this. And he mentioned, like,
she's a minute right there. How did she got into it? Because he said, I want you to be in my movie and I want you to be in my music video. And then she said, oh, thank God, maybe now I can start modeling. I can just go. This seems very equal to me. It doesn't seem, it doesn't. And actually, it will be really nice to have access, maybe in the future eventually, to the texting between them and the emails or whatever happens, and how he said these things to her and how she responded, because that is the key right there. If we can see that exchange of messages, it will really, it could open our eyes to a lot of things. He can look really guilty or he can look really innocent. I mean, I think he's gonna look just fine. But for her to say that she didn't know who he was, I mean, she was not into that type of music. She knew his persona, with Marilyn Manson persona, right? Which is who he is really. But she didn't know him that well. But still, she just went all the way there from Thailand. I say Taiwan, Thailand. Just because he said, I put you in a music video. What type of, like, how desperate are you? That a guy that you don't know and you're saying you know nothing about, right? All you know is his public persona. So he's kind of weird. He's kind of scary. Not to me, but some people. And then you're just going to go and move your whole life and move across from Thailand to here just because he's gonna put you in a music video. No, she had ulterior motives. It wasn't just a music video or a short film. It was more than that. And I am so, I mean, I won't say disappointed or mad, but like the one thing that we can agree on is that he was too nice. He was too nice, just like offering jobs to people and say, hey, you can stay over here, stay in my bed, stay in my house. Here's like, you just can't do that, especially in LA, because you don't know something like this can happen. You can be set up and be framed, and it's horrible. But I think that she knew exactly who he was, and she knew exactly what she was doing. And there's no way that you can tell me that she moved all the way here to be in a music video. And why Manson cannot get the phone and get a girl in LA to be in a music video? Yeah, he can do that. There's more to it that they're not showing us. There's more. There has to be an exchange. There was more sexual, flirty, or whatever you want to call it. It wasn't just a professional thing. There's no way. I just don't buy it. I never buy it. I don't believe it then. I don't believe it now. The same thing with Esme, when Esme says that he wanted her to be in Phantasmagoria in the movie he was going to make about Lewis Carroll and Alice in Wonderland and all that. They're putting themselves in this pedestal, like, oh, Manson called me and he wanted me to be in his movie or his music video. But who are you? Like, why he would call somebody who's in the UK, like Esme, and somebody who's in Thailand, like Ashley? Why? There's more to it. And it's just like, I think it all relates to sex. They're just hanging out, hook up, slept together a couple of times. And then maybe he said, oh yeah, you know what? We're going to make a music video together. It's going to be awesome, and blah, 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 blah. Not to Esme, I'm talking about Ashley. And that happened. It's not that he put me in a hotel room, but that he changed my hotel room to his apartment to keep me prisoner. No, he told you, hey, you want to move in? And you were like, yeah, that would be cool. That sounds great. And then you did it. And now you're sorry because you did it. And now you want to avoid the shame or whatever you're feeling. But you did it. This is painful to me to listen to this girl. The more, and I love how they say Ashley Morgan Smith line. It was Ashley Morgan, wasn't it, on Instagram? It was just Ashley Morgan. I mean, I was following her just to see her ridiculous post. But then when they came up with this Ashley Morgan Smith line, I was like, what is a Smith line? I don't know. Like, is it a name? Is it a place? So they changed her name for the cover, or what? Anybody knows why they did that? I want to know, Tammy, if you're still watching, because I'm kind of like curious now why YouTube doesn't let me see in the moment the comments, and I have to read them minutes and minutes after. Kind of, but okay, it's all right. Okay, I just came with this chick. I can't. Okay.
Like, knowing a lot of people in film, and I thought I could finally get out of modeling, and especially modeling overseas. So I was in Bangkok, and we talked for months. We would email, we would talk on Facebook, we would talk on the phone.
All that. We need that. Man, we need that. We need the emails of Facebook. She's saying it rather. She's not that smart, this one. I mean, you can give it to Amber. Amber's kind of smarter than these people. Because why you will say, well, we talk on the phone, and we send emails, and we were on Facebook. Why will you say that? If you say that, people are going to be like, okay, we want to see those messages. We want to see that communication. So why you mention it? It's just, it's making her look even less, I'm not saying she's stupid. I'm not going to say that word, stupid. I don't think that she thought about what she was going to say before she sat on that chair. And People magazine, it is a big deal. And I think she treated like she was making a live video on Instagram or taking a selfie. Why would you say that if you're not willing to show the information? So don't say it. Don't say, oh yeah, we talk a lot, we send a bunch of messages back and forth. That makes her look worse though, because then Mason's attorney or anybody from his camp can say, oh really, did she said that? She said there's a lot of messages. Okay, well, let's pop the messages, let's see. So I think she made a big mistake right there. But one of the many.
Contact a lot. So like we got to know each other pretty well. All we talked about was our favorite movies and our favorite books, and they were all the same. And we knew the same lines from the same movies, and he was so intelligent. And like physically, I wasn't very taken at first, but he really lured me in with just this like endless intelligence, and it felt very safe. It felt very secure.
That November, after 2 or 3 months of communicating long distance, Ashley flew to Los Angeles and checked into a hotel on Hollywood Boulevard.
The reason I came out in the first place wasn't we were in love and we were friends, and he was casting me in something.
I don't believe her.
I was gonna be able to act. But
Like her face just switched, like twist her eyes to do this when she said, we were not in love, we were not doing anything, we were just friends. And she looks so uncomfortable saying that. 2 months of exchange communication, they say. 2 months. 2 months of emails and Facebook messages or whatever. What? I mean, why? Like, why he didn't just got some girl from a modeling agency here in town? Why? Because there was something else to it. Because she was luring him in, if anything. Or maybe they were both into each other, maybe. But there's something else to it. There's sex involved. There's flirting. There's, don't buy it for a second. They were just friends. And he was just offering me a job on a music video. Like, it's not like you're going to win an Academy Award, just a music video. I mean, I guess it's a big deal because it's Marilyn Manson music video. But still, like, she talks about it like they were so platonic and they were just friends. And I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I'm sorry.
And had like cocaine with him. And he came with his assistant, which made him more comfortable. He came with a girl that was a couple years older than me.
That's Ashley Waters. She's talking about that assistant. That's Ashley Waters. She said that's another one of the coven of witches that also accuse him of things. Ashley Waters. She is not a good one either.
And we all, hung out and had some drinks, and then, he's like, "Can I kiss you?" And he was still being so romantic and so kind and normal. I went to his house the next day. It was odd. It was a hollowed-out ballet studio. Billy Zane, the actor from Titanic, had lived there before him, so he had a mural of Billy Zane on the wall. So as a ballet studio, there were big, like, open rooms. The bedroom was right when you walked in. To the right, everything was black, of course. And to the left, there was a glass sound booth. In the back, there was the studio. There was weird furniture. There was, like, mounds, like big mounds of cocaine in every single room.
Mountains of cocaine. And she does this. Like, you would think she was gonna say like dirt. There was a bunch of dirt. The guy is so messy. No, she said cocaine. There was a bunch of mountains of cocaine. Like, they're making this guy. I mean, Manson is big. Manson is big, okay? But he's not a mobster. He's not Scarface. They're making him sound like movie The Godfather or something. He's like he's thrown like this and with a amount of cocaine around him, like the movie Scarface. This is the same that when Esme was saying that she felt such a threat because he was messing with her immigration status, and because he knows gangs. And Avery Wood also said that she was scared of him because he had connections to gangs. It's Manson, dude. Like, I mean, like, really? Can you imagine? Manson doesn't, That would be so funny. Totally Manson hanging out with the homies, connection to gangs, really, and just be able to have mountains of cocaine. I mean, yeah, some cocaine, I guess. What do you expect? This is the thing that I don't understand about these girls. I mean, where's your personal responsibility on any of this? Where is it? Did you say, hey, I don't feel comfortable. Can we turn a light on? Or can we open a window? Did you say that? No, probably not. And that's the thing. That's kind of like the lesson to learn is like, if you are in an uncomfortable situation, let's say this happens, you just don't pretend that you are into just because you want the job or you want the music video job or you want the guy to be engaged to you or whatever the hell it is, and then say, oh my God, it was so dark, it was so black. Did you ever ask to open a window? Did you say, I'm cold, like turn the thing off? or nothing. I don't think they did. And then you just complain that you're in a situation you're not. I mean, I don't expect them to black walls. I mean, I wish I had black walls. That would be great. I don't think it's such a. I mean, where did she come from? She said she's from LA. If you're from LA, what are you so surprised about somebody using drugs in their own apartment that they paid rent for and having some dark paintings on the wall? They pay the rent. They can have whatever they want. And then black walls. I don't know. It makes it sound like there was like, he was sacrificing babies and boiling cats or something. And it's just black walls. It's just a black wall. Might not be a cup of tea, but it's a black wall. And she's basing all that in all this little mini, just these things that she knows that because she's saying this to People's Magazine, and it goes straight to a certain type of population that is not me, obviously, because I don't buy it. I don't believe it. But she knows that she's gonna say certain things, and they're just gonna be buzzwords. This mixed with the way they edit the video and the jumps and the assumptions. It's filled with assumptions and no proof. It's all like, well, yeah, I believe that this happened because I felt this way during this act. I felt that this happened because he made me feel this way. Feelings are not, see, that's the thing, Ashley and anybody else. These feelings are not evidence. Feelings are not evidence. They're not. And it's a good thing they're not. Because imagine, otherwise people would be like, we'd be like in the 1700s or something, just hanging people because we don't like the way they talk. We don't like that they were black all the time or they were white all the time. So it's like, just, where is your sense of responsibility as a woman? Okay, you were not a little girl, you're a woman. And like, did you say no? That's like the big, other people mention it too on YouTube. Did any of these women, including Evan, say no to him? They're saying, well, I think Esme said, I didn't dare to say no because if I said no, I thought he was going to kill me. Okay, again, I thought, I had this feeling, I was thinking, I was feeling. It's just not proof, I mean, if we're just, I don't want to live in a world that, or in any type of society that is going to go by feelings and what people feel in the moment. Like, oh, I have a gut feeling that this guy is a serial killer. Well, I don't know, I feel it in my gut. You just can't do that. I mean, there's gonna be like, not even, I mean, he's already been canceled a bit. We don't know for sure the whole thing. But imagine if you are just Joe Wayne that lives next door, right? And something like this happened to you. You're not Manson. You don't have the money to defend yourself. You don't have, they can destroy you. And this goes both ways. Men can do this to women too. Okay, I'm not saying that it goes both ways. If we start going with the whole like, well, I believe you because you feel it. I believe you because you had a feeling. I had a feeling that he was going to do this to my body. I had a feeling. I don't remember what happened. I woke up and he was doing this. I mean, it sucks, but that is not, that's just not enough to open a case. Yeah, I can open a case tomorrow, anybody, but it's not enough to hold a case, I think. Especially they're gonna look at her Instagram and all the contradictions of her story. I mean, at least Amber kind of kept it one way. I mean, these girls are just flipping like pancakes all over the place. So it's annoying.
No, that was how it was, and his absence was, I guess, in boxes. It was odd. Like, he was odd. I knew he was odd. Like, he looks odd. I didn't think I was going to, leave it to Beaverland. I knew that he definitely, like, was darker than I was, but he didn't express any of that to me. Like, again, I didn't listen to that kind of music.
So you
but
knew,
slowly,
but you didn't know.
These things were slow. Like, the first couple nights we hung out, I was allowed to sleep, and he slept. And then it was little things that, like, we were shooting, and all of the windows were blacked out, so he would lie to me about what time it was and tell me, oh, it's only midnight, and it was, maybe 6 a.m.
Oh, come on.
And,
what type of blackout windows he's using? I want those windows
more and more
that I don't know what time it is.
Like, what I've read about getting someone into a cult, you deprive them of food, you deprive them of sleep, and you deprive them of talking to anyone. So, like, all those things were true. Like, if I would fall asleep at 1 a.m, he would start playing really loud music and wake me up, and then I had to go do a line of cocaine to wake up and keep partying with him and entertain him. And more than that, give him attention and reaffirm how great his music sounded.
Well, yeah. Yes, you do. You have to do. You're staying in somebody's place. You're not paying. You're staying. You're going to get connection with this guy. You're sleeping with him. You're staying in his place. He wants you to hang out and be awake when he's awake, because you both are doing coke. Yes. So what? What is it? What's the darkness on this? I mean, yeah, it's not good for you. It's not healthy. Coke is really not healthy. Nobody should do any of that, right? But again, it's his coke. He paid for the coke, right? Let's say he paid for the cocaine. I'm sure he did. He's in his own apartment, and all this belongs to him. So, and what part of that is wrong of him wanting to party with you and hang out and want you to stay awake to party with him? See, something so simple like that, it can be turned into something so messed up. Like, he never let me sleep. He got me in a cage. And it's like, no, he wanted to stay awake because he was staying awake partying. It wasn't a cage. It was a recording studio. There's a way that these people are like turning around the truth. I mean, there's some truth in it. There's some truth. I believe the cocaine. I believe the black walls. I believe there was cold inside his place. But all those things are not criminal, really, unless she was a minor, but she wasn't. So
wonderful he was, and he was, even when he was abusive, sometimes he would be joking and funny, and then sometimes he would be the most terrifying monster in the world. Like, he would say things like, "Do you know, I can tell you right now."
According to Ashley, the verbal and psychological abuse soon turned physical.
The first time that I didn't know that you could rape someone that you were in a relationship with. And there's a difference between waking up to someone having sex with you nicely in the morning and waking up tied up with someone having sex with your unconscious body. Like, being tied up and screaming and not enjoying it, and him like laughing like sadistically, or like gagging my mouth or something. And then we didn't really speak of it.
What's the proof of where
I
is?
never stood up to him ever because I knew that would be more abuse, more torture. And I didn't want it. There was a time where there was like during a rape, there was a struggle, and my nose broke, and I flew back overseas. Like I flew through Narita, the airport in Japan, with a broken nose. It's not comfortable to fly.
She escaped. She just flew back to Japan or whatever with a broken nose. So where's this isolation? Where does this isolation? Okay, let's pretend that I believe her for a moment, that they were struggling and then they butt hit each other, and then her nose was broken. So first of all, there's no doctors. I don't know there's no doctor notes or anything on file, or maybe that we know of. Maybe there is, but we don't know of her broken nose. But she talks about isolation, and she talks about you couldn't do nothing but staying awake with him and entertain him, but she was able to go fly to another country all the way to Japan. So that's like the perfect opportunity right there to stay away. But no, you went to Japan with a broken nose. You didn't call the cops. You didn't call your family and told them, hey, oh my God, I just gave this guy. You guys, please help me. I have a broken nose. No. You sit on it. You sit on it for 7 years, and then thought, oh, maybe I should just talk about that day that my nose got broken. Her nose was broken. That could be true, but it doesn't mean that he did it. That's the problem with these things. It's like seriously it's not adding up. It's not. I'm like so tired. It's not adding up because every time that she says something like that, I'm joking. She doesn't give me this. Why? That bad. When I read something that, on the sense of her trying to say this happened to her because. Say my own voice. I'm like my own voice. That's like so weird. It just popped out of nowhere. A video. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm so tired. How about I don't break my nose on the way to bed? All right. I really do not want to laugh about domestic violence against anybody. I will say more about it in time. Oh my God, I sound like Ambere Wood. In time, I'm going to name my abuser. We all have a story. Just try not to throw people under the bus because you have a story. And that we all have a story, and we all have the power to literally frame people if you really want to do it. But it's not the right thing to do. And not only like karma, like somebody said in the comments, karma's going to get them. Well, it's perjury. And you can either go to jail or have to pay a bunch of money if you lie in court and you produce fake pictures just to entertain some type of idea, and your ego and just the attention of being a victim and feeling good about yourself because you've been through something, and then now you're like, it needs to stop. And it really needs to stop. And I hope that from now on, people can see the players on this movie game and be like, okay, wait, I don't want to be like Manson, and I don't want to be like her either. I'm going to be in the middle. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not going to give my apartment keys to everybody and get anybody that just get them to move in. And I'm also not going to be the person who's going to jump in a plane and go with a guy that I don't even know who he is really and sleep with him the first time because he promised me to put me in a music video. Like, don't be like that. Don't be an Ashley. No, seriously, it's just like, it scares me that this is becoming a thing, that some young girls can look up this stuff and say, well, like, this worked out for Ambere Wood, it worked out for Ambere. And I hope that it's not like a snowball effect of this. both women or men. I mean, it's just evil to frame people and to cancel people and to get people into trouble just because you didn't get what you wanted to get from him or from the world, because you were not happy with yourselves, because you need the amount of attention you craving so much that you have to throw people under the bus and lie in order just to feel good about yourself, to get a little paycheck. How much she got paid for People magazines? Like probably not much, right? It all seems very jaded, and at the end it's going to just explode on their face. It's going to, because it's not right. It's just not about Manson. It's not about liking Johnny as an actor or liking Manson. It's really, again, it's not. The whole thing is related. I don't buy it for a second that it's not related. It's related, and I'll make another video tomorrow because now I'm tired and I gotta go eat some food. But I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I'm thinking about it. I'm just looks exhausted. I'm sleep deprived. Manson is right there making me stay awake all night doing cocaine. My God. I mean, I never heard like people complaining about doing drugs. This is like a new thing or something. It's a new thing. Like, oh, this guy, oh, this girl, she was so bad, man. She kept me all night awake having sex and doing drugs. Is that so bad? It's not so bad. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and this is, oh my God, about 2 hours of just me talking. I wish I was able to talk like on Instagram, that you can actually talk to people at the same time that you're talking, and it's not just me sitting here. But I can't because I don't know. I don't see the chat. I'll probably turn it off, not on purpose. I'm gonna look into that later. And thanks for watching and listening to my rant. I feel like there's maybe a couple good points in the last 2 hours. So hopefully you have some fun out of it. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'll be back probably tomorrow evening or whenever I get tomorrow. Bye.